Greetings, travelers! We hope you and yours are doing well as we enter into the 9th month of the year, 2021. This is September. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to join us right here on Earthshine Education. As always, my name is Mike, and I'm here to talk about the sky. If you are new to the channel, please be sure to click the subscribe button and of course ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our live streams or any of our content uploads to this channel. In this show, we are going to talk about the moon phases for the month of September 2021. We're going to talk about the planets that are visible without a telescope. We're going to spotlight Mercury and Venus, so I guess that kind of gives away something for that last topic, doesn't it? And we're going to talk about a change of seasons. With all of that said, let's get to it. As always, we first begin with our closest celestial companion, the moon. The moon phases for the month of September 2021 occur on the following dates. New moon, September 6. First quarter, September 13th. Full moon on September 20th. Now, this full moon is known as the full corn moon. However, the closest full moon to the equinox is known as the harvest moon. So this moon is the harvest moon or the full corn moon. Pick your name. Either one works. Third quarter, September 28th. Of the 8 planets in our solar system, yeah, I know, Pluto got demoted. I'm sorry, I didn't do that. But we consider 8 planets to be in our solar system. Of those 8, 5 of them are visible without needing a telescope. The planets Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn can all be seen without a telescope if they're in the right position in their orbit and the Earth in its orbit as well. You might be able to see them during the evening. Now, that doesn't happen every month. And so let's talk about which planets are visible this month. Switching over to our planetarium software, we have the sky for the month. We pick the middle of the month, so this is September 15th, looking south. And of course, you can see all of the constellations that can be visible. There we go. Now, of the 5 planets that are visible without a telescope, Mars is not going to be seen in the sky until the month of November. So, Mars is out. I'm sorry if you like the planet Mars. Gonna have to wait a little bit. Mercury will make an appearance this month. Venus is, of course, still shining brightly in the southwest sky. We're going to highlight them in just a second, so hang on for that. Jupiter and Saturn, still very, very bright in the southeast sky. Now, of course, Jupiter, the king of the planets, king of the gods in Roman mythology, if you have a telescope, you can always take a look in and see Jupiter and its 4 large moons, known as the Galilean moons, Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. And you see the upper atmosphere of the planet. Dark cloud bands across its upper atmosphere. Saturn, of course, my favorite planet, has its beautiful ring system when you look at it through a telescope. Zoom in a little bit here. You see Titan, its largest moon, hanging out to the right here. But as we zoom in more and more, there they are, those beautiful rings. Now, If you've paid attention to our live shows, you will know the answer, and I'd like to see people answer in the comments section. Is Saturn the only planet in the solar system that has rings? Comment below, and of course I will make a post in the comments section answering the question. But that is the question to all of you. Is Saturn the only planet with rings in our solar system? Now, if you are going to look for both Jupiter and Saturn, they're going to be doing something really, really cool with the moon in the sky. There's going to be a conjunction. On September 16th, so actually I got to go one more night. There we go. On September 16th, you'll see Saturn right above the moon. And then over the next 2 nights, you'll see the moon will drift just below the planet Jupiter. So let's look at the 17th. There we go. The moon and Jupiter pretty close to each other, and you'll see you can make a triangle between the Saturn and the moon and Jupiter. And on the 18th, you'll still be able to make a triangle, but it'll be very, very squished. Jupiter, Saturn, and the moon. This month's spotlight, of course, is on the planets Mercury and the planet Venus. Due to their orbits, Mercury, known as the messenger of the gods, and Venus, the goddess of love and beauty, they stay relatively close to the horizon before the sun rises or just after sunset, depending on, where we are in our orbit and where they are in their orbits. As luck would have it, or as astrophysics would have it, both Mercury and Venus are visible in the evening sky in September 2021. On September 9th, which is the date we have set up right here, we're going to zoom in. We are looking west-southwest, right at the horizon. Now again, this is really hard to do because you have to have a nice clear sky, and you have to have a clear horizon as well. No buildings, no hills in the way. On September 9th, the 3-day-old crescent moon will sit just above the planet Venus, just above it to the right. You see Venus hanging out right here. You have the moon sitting right over there. Now the separation between them is going to be about 4.5 degrees, which means if you were to extend your arm, if you're able to extend your arm, extend it out, and you're going to be able to fit 3, maybe 4 fingers between the moon and the planet Venus, depending on the size of your hand. So that kind of gives you an idea of the spacing we're talking about in the sky. If you're lucky, you might be able to make out a triangle of objects in the sky. Right below the moon and Venus will be a third object. This is the star known as Spica. Spica is the brightest star in the constellation Virgo, which kind of looks like a slug in this picture, but really it's supposed to be the beautiful maiden in the sky, Virgo. But that is again on September 9th, the moon, Venus, and Spica making a nice triangle. On September 14th, Mercury will be at its greatest elongation, meaning it's the furthest it can be away from the sun in our sky, which means it's in the sky for as long as we can possibly see it before it goes below the horizon. Now, the problem with that is that with Mercury, because it does move so fast, it's only going to be visible in the sky for about 45 minutes. So you want to be out here at sunset, so you notice the sun is setting in the western sky, the sky is still kind of orange. You will actually see Mercury right along the horizon. Again, 40-45 minutes tops, depending on your latitude. You will be able to make a nice line between Mercury and Spica and Venus on that evening, right along the horizon. Again, you do need no clouds, no mountains, no hills, no buildings in the way to be able to see this. But elusive Mercury makes its appearance. You can't, well, you could miss it if you're out too late. So right at sunset, you want to look towards the west. You will see Venus first because it is so very, very bright. Then you'll probably see Mercury appear, and then Spica will appear between the two of them. So if you can draw this line from Venus down towards the horizon, you might be able to see all 3 of these. Again, this is on September 14th. As we orbit around the sun's position in the sky appears to move in a figure-8 pattern throughout the entire year. We call that an analemma. An equinox is the instant in time where the plane of the Earth's equator crosses through the geometric center of the sun's disk. During the equinox, the sun will shine directly on the Earth's equator, leading to equal amounts of day and night, hence the word equinox. For the northern hemisphere, this means the beginning of autumn or fall. For those of you in the southern hemisphere, this marks the passage from winter into spring. So you would call this the vernal equinox. The September equinox will occur on September 22nd this year, 1911 UTC. And so, the seasons will begin to change. If you're in the northern hemisphere, the days will begin to get shorter. If you're in the southern hemisphere, the days will begin to get longer as you are now entering into spring, heading towards summer. And with that, we end our brief sky gazing overview for the month of September 2021. As a recap, in this episode, we discussed the moon phases for the month of September 2021. We talked about the planets that are visible without a telescope. Again, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn are visible. Mars is not visible till November. We spotlighted Mercury and Venus. Mercury, of course, very, very elusive, hard to see, and a rarest find in the sky. We also discussed the change of seasons that will occur due to the equinox being this month. Now, to learn more about the sky, be sure to tune into our live planetarium shows. Trying to get back on schedule with those. We do live stream, multi-stream, to Facebook and twitch.tv and YouTube all at the same time, so whichever platform you prefer to use, or if you want to use all three at the same time and hear me in triple stereo, I guess, load up all three at the same time if you'd like. Over on YouTube as well, you will find an archive of past live shows, as well as some pre-produced astronomy content. I really need to start uploading a little bit more there, so please stick with us. Be sure to check the description down below to find direct links to our social media and our streaming sites, so you can click on those and like, share, subscribe, however you'd like to do it. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of this video. Please, once again, share the video, share the channel, share your love of astronomy. If you've never been in love with astronomy, please fall in love with it. It's something anybody can do. Just go outside, take a look at the sky. And if you need help, that's what we're here for. Please take care of yourselves and of each other. We hope to see you in our next video. See you next time.
Earthshine Education.